Look closely at this typical price chart. A perfect, textbook consolidation phase. The volatility is tightly compressing. Every traditional technical analysis book is practically inviting you to trade. You execute a market order on the breakout. Briefly, you are in profit. But the market instantly and violently reverses against you. Your stop loss is triggered. Your position is completely liquidated. Welcome to the algorithmic whipsaw trap. Naive geometric breakout trading destroys retail portfolios every single day. To survive, we must discard basic geometry and embrace quantitative physics. We must build a robust, mathematically sound breakout architecture. Let's outline the high-level blueprint of our quantitative engine. Node 1, Dynamic Volatility Regimes. We must mathematically classify the market state. Node 2, Kinetic Energy. We measure the accumulated pressure within the order book. Node 3, Momentum Ignition. We isolate the precise statistical threshold of expansion. Let's dive deep into the baseline mathematics of a theoretical price breakout. Let the asset price be strictly bounded by an upper resistance vector, R, and a corresponding lower support vector, S, over a rolling look-back window. The delta between these boundaries defines the channel width, or potential energy. Furthermore, the stored kinetic energy is a direct function of time. Mathematically, the longer the compression sequence, the more violent the expansion. Energy is proportional to the time spent in consolidation divided by the channel width. In a theoretical, frictionless vacuum, this baseline logic is flawless. But modern financial markets are not a vacuum. They are highly adversarial. Algorithmic limit order books are heavily saturated with toxic, predatory flow. When market variance suddenly spikes, a symmetrical stop hunt is initiated. Institutional algorithms intentionally push the price just beyond the boundary. This triggers a cascade of retail stop-loss orders, generating artificial liquidity. Once this liquidity is fully absorbed, the market makers violently reverse the price. Our static mathematical model just fell for a catastrophic false positive. It blindly bought the exact top of a structural liquidity sweep. To survive this chaos, pure price geometry is mathematically insufficient. We must rigorously define and filter dynamic volatility regimes. In the previous part, static thresholds collapsed under toxic market flow. To survive, our algorithmic core must dynamically classify the market state. We introduce regime filtering. The market is constantly shifting between rest and violent expansion. Instead of fixed geometry, we wrap price in a breathing, statistical boundary. First, we must calculate the variance of continuous log returns, not simple returns. Log returns ensure mathematical symmetry and time additivity across our rolling window. Let's define the variance over an n-period lookback. This rolling variance becomes the heartbeat of our regime classifier. We discretize the continuous volatility into a finite state machine with two modes. State 0, a low variance, mean reverting environment. We do not trade breakouts here. State 1, a high variance, structural expansion regime. This is our hunting ground. A state transition occurs when short-term variance explosively deviates from the baseline. Only when the regime strictly equals 1, do we authorize the execution engine to fire. Let's observe this continuous Markov-like state classification in real time. Notice how the system elegantly ignores the low volatility noise during state 0. And instantly adapts when the structural volatility expands. Now, let us translate this theoretical physics into high-performance, low-latency C++. A naive array shift is too slow. We construct a lock-free circular buffer mechanism. This guarantees O(1) complexity, ensuring the threshold updates tick by tick. This exact logic mathematically neutralizes false positives from algorithmic stop hunts. Our regime filter is active, operating perfectly in a continuous market environment. But financial markets are not strictly continuous. They are prone to extreme discrete jumps. Consider the transition between the Friday close and the Monday open, or the devastating impact of an unexpected macroeconomic data release. These events create an instantaneous, massive gap in the price data. Let's visualize this exact market discontinuity on our chart. The price instantly teleports to a new structural level. But our rolling variance calculation is trapped in the past. It relies on historical close-to-close data, making it fatally lag behind the jump. The algorithm is now completely blind to the actual realized volatility. To bridge this void, standard variance is mathematically insufficient. To fix the gap vulnerability, we must abandon simple rolling variance. We must mathematically bridge the invisible void between trading sessions. Notice how standard high-low range completely ignores the overnight price jump. This creates a fatal blind spot for quantitative momentum strategies. Enter the true range. It structurally connects today's price action to yesterday's closing print. Let's formalize this absolute kinetic measurement mathematically. True range is defined as the maximum of three distinct absolute differences. Component 1, the current high minus the current low. This is standard intraday variance. Component 2, the absolute distance from the prior close to the current high. Component 3, the absolute distance from the prior close to the current low. By taking the absolute maximum, we capture the true magnitude of displacement, regardless of direction. However, raw true range is excessively noisy tick by tick. We must filter it. We apply an exponential moving average to smooth this sequence into the average true range, or ATR. The alpha parameter dictates the decay rate of historical volatility. Let's translate this theoretical metric into a low-latency C++ update core. We cache the previous close in memory to compute the maximum variance instantly upon the next tick. We utilize the standard library max function to evaluate all three vectors simultaneously. This guarantees an unbroken, continuous volatility metric, fully neutralizing market gaps. Watch the ATR oscillator absorb massive price dislocations effortlessly. Notice the smooth mathematical adaptation to the new volatility regime. The metric perfectly captures the kinetic energy injected into the system. But here lies a critical geometric flaw in our overall architecture. The average true range outputs a pure scalar magnitude. It measures absolute speed, but provides absolutely zero destination coordinates. It provides no directional context or structural boundaries for our execution engine. Look at the raw output, ATR equals 4.25. What does this number actually mean in the two-dimensional Cartesian space of a price chart? Should we buy? Should we short? Where is the exact invalidation level? The system possesses kinetic energy, but lacks a geometric containment vessel. To execute real trades, we must project this volatility into dynamic mathematical channels. In Part 3, we prove that true volatility is a pure scalar magnitude. It measures absolute kinetic speed, but mathematically lacks directional geometric boundaries. To execute trades, we must project this kinetic energy into a dynamic trading corridor. First, we examine the Donchian channel, designed to track structural price extremes. The upper band is strictly defined as the absolute highest high over the last n periods. Conversely, the lower band is the absolute lowest low. It is simple, yet ruthlessly effective. However, absolute extremes completely ignore the statistical distribution of internal price action. Enter Bollinger bands. This framework wraps a simple moving average in standard deviations. By utilizing the variance of the asset, it creates a probabilistic envelope. This envelope mathematically expands during volatility and contracts during consolidation. Let's translate these dual geometric structures into a unified, low-latency C++ architecture. We utilize a lock-free rolling deque to dynamically maintain our lookback window. As new ticks arrive, the oldest data points are efficiently popped from the memory pool. Both the absolute structural extremes and the statistical variance are computed simultaneously. This ensures our geometric boundaries update in microsecond time frames. Observe the channels adapting perfectly to the underlying continuous market flow. The geometry looks beautiful. It breathes with the market. It feels like a complete trading system. But pure geometry without logical state confirmation is a highly dangerous illusion. Watch exactly what happens when price briefly pierces the upper statistical band. The geometric boundary triggers a mechanical breakout signal. We execute a market by order, anticipating structural expansion. But the momentum instantly and violently collapses. The execution algorithm just bought the exact top of a violent mean reversion spike. Geometry told us a line was crossed, but it did not confirm the underlying market regime. To survive in live algorithmic trading, lines on a chart are never enough. We need robust logical triggers to explicitly confirm the breakout sequence. In Part 4, we saw how pure geometric trading channels completely failed us. A pierced upper band is not a trade, it is merely a mathematical coordinate in space. Geometry alone is blind to underlying market conditions. We must introduce logical state triggers. A true quantitative breakout requires a synchronized sequence of confirmed Boolean states. Let's formalize this requirement using a strict logical and gate. Condition 1, we require a structural closing price strictly beyond the upper dynamic boundary. Condition 2, the concurrent volatility regime must explicitly equal state 1, confirming expansion. Both conditions must evaluate to true simultaneously. A single failure aborts the execution. Let's architect this exact execution logic using Python. We define a modular trigger engine class that pulls our previously built subsystems. The engine queries the channel object to retrieve the live upper band coordinate. Simultaneously, it pulls the regime filter to verify if structural variance is actively expanding. Only when all Boolean parameters align perfectly, does the engine authorize market execution. Observe the trigger engine executing silently in the background over a simulated price feed. The logic is mathematically sound, geometrically bounded, and statistically filtered. It successfully filters out the mean-reverting noise that destroyed the purely geometric model. But consider what happens during the notoriously illiquid midday trading session. Let's simulate a breakout sequence under these specific market conditions. The price breaches the upper band. The regime filter incorrectly signals expansion due to a microburst. The logic triggers perfectly. The algorithm blindly executes a market by order. However, the upward momentum collapses almost instantly, resulting in an immediate drawdown. Why did the mathematically perfect logic fail? We ignored the thermodynamic fuel of the market. At the lower panel. The actual volume flow during the breakout was virtually non-existent. The algorithms traded a ghost movement, completely unsupported by institutional participation. Geometry and basic states are not enough to confirm a true structural shift. To validate a true directional move, we must rigorously quantify relative volume flow. In Part 5, we observed a mathematically perfect breakout collapse under its own weight. Geometry and state logic are completely meaningless without actual market participation. In market microstructure, volume is the literal thermodynamic fuel required for price displacement. A price move without volume is a ghost. It is highly susceptible to mean reversion. We must rigorously quantify institutional participation using relative volume, or RVOL. Absolute volume is misleading due to time-of-day seasonality. RVOL mathematically normalizes the current volume against a rolling historical baseline for that specific asset. Let's define the absolute mathematical formula for relative volume. First, we compute the simple moving average of the volume over a rolling n-period window. Then, we divide the current period's volume by this established dynamic baseline. If the resulting ratio implies an explosive deviation, typically greater than 2.5, we return true. We inject this final Boolean confirmation directly into our trigger engine's logic gate. Let's translate this filter into a low-latency Python architecture. We utilize a high-performance double-ended queue to maintain our rolling volume history. As new ticks process, we dynamically calculate the moving average and the exact RVOL ratio. If the historical buffer is incomplete, the engine strictly defaults to false to prevent premature execution. Watch the fully assembled system process a live, simulated market feed. The engine flawlessly ignores the low-volume noise during the midday consolidation session. It patiently waits, preserving capital, until true institutional momentum ignites the tape. Our logical entry framework is now mathematically impenetrable and practically robust. However, in quantitative finance, a perfect entry algorithm does not guarantee long-term survival. Watch what happens to our equity curve when we apply a static, fixed position size to every trade. The system generates consistent, linear profits during standard market conditions. But suddenly, the asset enters a period of extreme, violent volatility. Because our position size remained static, the stop-loss distance was overwhelmingly large. A single unavoidable stop-out in this high-variance regime mathematically incinerates the portfolio's progress. The entry logic was flawless, but our risk management architecture was completely rigid. To survive the inevitable chaos, we must dynamically scale our bet size inversely against live volatility. In Part 6, static allocation destroyed our portfolio during a high-variance event. To survive, our position sizing must dynamically invert against the underlying market volatility. We call this volatility-scaled sizing, or risk parity. When the market is quiet and compressing, we aggressively scale up our execution size. When the market becomes violent and unpredictable, we mathematically shrink our exposure. Let's define the absolute mathematics of this dynamic scaling framework. First, we isolate our strict risk capital for a single trade. This is typically 1% of our total active portfolio equity. Next, we calculate the exact target position size using the average true range. We divide the nominal risk capital by the ATR multiplied by the contract multiplier. This mathematically guarantees that our absolute account risk remains constant, regardless of market chaos. Let's build the Risk Manager core in high-performance C++. We define a class that dynamically queries the active portfolio balance and the live ATR metric. A safety trigger ensures we never divide by zero during anomalous data feeds. The algorithm calculates and returns the exact fractional size required to maintain risk parity. Now, let's observe the final, fully assembled quantitative breakout system in action. We plot the portfolio equity curve on the top, and are dynamically adjusting position size below. Notice how the position size automatically shrinks exactly when the market volatility spikes. By absorbing these extreme shocks mathematically, our statistical edge is allowed to compound safely. The equity curve remains smooth, continuous, and structurally protected against black swan events. This is the difference between gambling on breakouts and engineering a quantitative trading system. We have successfully modeled volatility expansion from raw tick data to dynamic portfolio allocation. Thank you for joining this masterclass on market microstructure. If you want to survive in the algorithmic trenches, subscribe to the Omnicast network. Like this video, study the mathematics, and always stay rigorous.